So,
Uh,
but maybe one of the questions we get from the side of the data engineer is like, so we have a model. Let's say I create a very simple model in scikit-learn. So it's necessary for the person in charge of the data engineering to also understand the libraries and the processors I did to create the algorithm. Or I mean, why what are you asking for me? So let's say you are the data engineer and I'm the data scientist. What do you need from me? You need like a pickle from Python. You need a table with the results. You need an Excel sheet. I mean, what's the most common thing you need when you
mm.
want to create these kind of things?
Well, first you need to let's say you start from scratch. Nothing is there. You need to understand um, what is how does the data scientist want to deliver the analytics? Basically, how fast it does he want to do stream? Does he want to do batch processing? And uh, I don't, as an engineer, you don't need to know all the libraries and so on that are in the model that are used there, but you need to make sure basically that you have the tools in place to support the analytics, meaning that you create your code and the if it's if you cannot deliver the whole code as a package with all the libraries, of course, then the libraries need to be in the destination system where the code will run then later on. So this needs to be cleared that basically your infrastructure or your tools support the analytics, support what the data scientist wants to do with the analytics. And then once you're clear, once you have figured out basically the setup of which tools do we want to use, then I would start talking to you as the data scientist. Okay, so how do you want your data? What is it basically? Which features do you want? And is that a time series thing? Is that something that yeah, isn't a time series? Uh, how do you want to make sure um, or or do we need to make sure that every one of these messages is processed? So the sometimes I'm missing the English words for it. That basically is it are we able to lose some of the messages, or do we need to make sure that a message is only processed once? Because if you have a credit card transaction, you don't want to maybe you don't want to process them twice or lose them
Yeah.
completely. So insurances of delivery and so on, and then figure out uh, with you what is it that you're delivering. How is the output of your model? Is that, as you said, is that only a classification like 10 classes, or is that a continuous thing? Are there multiple of outputs? How do we want to display this then at the end? Do we want to, you know, create a user interface for that? And what do you think does the client want to have displayed?